the pitch is Luke towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And he's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli.
Are you kidding me?
No, you know why?
Why?
No, the computer, it went down. Oh, I went down last week.
Well, let me tell you what happened, and I'm going to give you the backstory.
Yeah.
Louis, you don't know this.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to the Great American Collectibles Show. Scott's in the house, Lee's in the house. But this is a story. Last week, Rico, we had a problem with Rico's computer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So, make a long story short, we were not able to
Too late.
We were not able to get Rico on the air with us. So Rico was very upset, justifiably, and there was a little deflected anger. I'm going to call it deflected anger.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No, all right.
But I got to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Now, you have a wonderful wife.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You have a wonderful wife. That's all I know.
She
had no idea what happened. She had no idea what transpired. That night, I'm sitting in my Chase Lounge after the show, and I'm having a coffee, and my phone rings, and it's Elsie. She reams me.
Oh, God.
And she's like the gentlest person.
Really?
Oh, she says, Tom, I'm telling you right now, Rico's really upset. Blah. I said, Elsie, do you even know what happened? She goes, I don't care. She supported you 100%.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. But I was two things. I was embarrassed that I couldn't get on because I just had
it was a new computer. And that was justifiable.
And so I got mad, and so and then I got mad, and
of course you took it on your husband.
Yeah, well, right. And the guys that you had on,
Joe and Leighton, they were fine.
They were laughing like crazy.
Joe
and
said to me,
"Geez, I'm so embarrassed."
Yeah, Joe Orlando.
What do I know about
Joe Orlando said to me, and Leighton, they both said that was one of the funniest shows that they've ever been involved with. They had a blast.
Yeah, but that's nice. No, but I
doesn't make you feel welcome, Rico.
I know the basics of computers. That means I know how to put it on and turn them off. Right. So that's it. Well, my apologies to you. No.
There's one other thing that you missed.
And to Luke.
There's one other thing that you missed that I did not tell you about.
It happens, Rico. Just relax.
Oh, yeah.
I was so frustrated.
Can I tell him
stinking
about when he came back on and he didn't know he was on?
Oh, that's like 2 shows in a row, though.
So
is that right?
Wait. Yeah. So now you must have been working on your phone.
Yeah. I tried everything else.
You didn't realize that you were on camera.
Oh, no, yeah.
So you're going like this. And you're sticking your tongue out at us. We were howling.
Oh, my God. I had no idea.
Anyways, welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show. It was good. Scott Russell from the Collector Connection in the house. Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports Auctions. Lee, you look kind of cool, man, without the hat on. You look like a accountant.
Looks a lot younger,
right? You do?
Yes, it's the beard.
Is that what it is?
Oh, it looks good.
Well, after I cut the whole beard off, then everybody's telling me I look younger. But
no, you look good. You look good. Scotty, what do you think? Think he looks good?
Sure, why not?
Well, compared to
Gee, thanks.
All right, listen, Lee, you have an auction going on.
Yes.
Scott's going to be with us for the whole hour, guest hosting, but you have an auction going on. Why don't we talk about it?
Yeah, the auction actually starts Friday, December 12th. So there is a preview that's up. I'll be adding to that until the start of the date. It's real nice. I mean, I have a couple roofs in this auction, a real nice E210 York Carmel PSA 2.
Very nice.
A well-loved 149-33 Gaudi. So we got those as the headliners, but we do have some other wonderful cards. O'Hare Polar Bear.
Oh,
Tough
very
card
cool.
out of the T206s. Got to have a cob in there. Bad on.
Is that bad? I can't see.
Yeah, it's a bad on.
Okay, yeah. What's the grade on that?
It is a 1. There's
Okay.
a lot of bigger cards I have in this auction that are lower grade. A 53 Manto in a 1 with a mark.
But you know something? I'm telling you, we've talked about this a zillion times. Scott, we talked about this too. Lee, your inventory is geared for the average. I'm saying most of your stuff is geared for the average buyer who can afford it and own a great card.
Right. And that's what the thing about the low grade stuff is. There's those core of people, they just want it and they don't have the budget to buy even say a 3 or a 4 in a big card. So like when you got the 53 Mantle, it's something like this, that's is as affordable as it's going to get for most people.
Will that go up? Will the prices ever go up?
That's a good question.
You know, the worth on those particular cards.
Yeah, it's never hurt. I mean, because if the top end goes up, the rest of it all follows.
That's what
Scott,
so that's a good
what are
deal.
your thoughts on that? I mean,
it's not just budgetary constraints. There's a core of collectors out there. I'm sure you're familiar with Lee, the old baseball card guys, the OBC guys. They want to own it. They're not worried about condition. They want to have as many different cards as possible, which is a big competition in that group. And so condition just doesn't enter into it for them, regardless of what they can or can't afford. So there are pure collectors out there who like a 1 MK on a 53 Mantle. Perfect. I can get it, and I can still get 40 other things also.
right. No, that's a good point. I mean, when I first started collecting my T206 cards, I can remember. I mean, I didn't know very much about them, but I loved the cards, and I was buying 1s and 2s. I mean, raw for $6, $10, $11, right?
Yeah.
Kept them to them, and then obviously wound up getting rid of them. But it was great to get started. That's how I get started.
That's exactly what, when I got back onto eBay in about 2000, I can't figure out how I had 60 of them prior to that living in Minnesota. But in 2000, I got on eBay, and like Tom said, you could pick low grade commons up for $5 or $6.
Absolutely.
I would buy lots all the time and sell the doubles and keep what I had. And, if you got something,
Yeah,
nice
try to find a
deal, that's
lot of
great.
T206s anymore.
No,
No, that doesn't
no,
happen.
it's a different day and age on eBay with that.
Lee, what else do you have besides vintage cards? I mean, do you have on any boxes? What else do you have?
I have a good one, champion John Sullivan. Once again, it's a 2 mark.
Yeah.
It's John Sullivan's always popular. Trying to think. I got a lot of raw cards, football, baseball. I had a gentleman that basically gave me 33 Gaudis, 34 Gaudis, Diamond Stars, 41 play ball, 52 tops, 53 tops, 54 tops, and they're basically all raw. So I have all those cards. I have in lots, most of them, but they're really nice, especially the tops ones. I was really disappointed in the grades I got from SGC, as nice as the cards were and what they came back at. It was like, wow, they've really gotten tougher.
What do you guys? I'm going to ask both of you guys this question. So when you get a group of raw cards from a consignor that are going to be low grade, who makes the decision to either get the cards graded or sell the cards raw?
I personally make the decision, and I look at what the price is. And to me, I look at, say, if I think it's near mint, I'll look at the price of X, because the way the grading is lately, I mean, it's just amazing how, like, that group I sent a 52s off, I thought, I might get an 8 in there, some 7s, and shoot, some of them were even coming back 4s, but I only got 2 6s out of the bunch. So it's like, I always thought I was a tough grader, but obviously the standards have really changed.
Scott, what about you? How do you handle that when you get a low grade card, T206 card, for instance? Do you make the decision? Do you discuss it with the consignor? How do you?
Our policy is, I mean, in effect, I'm going to wind up making the decision, but I always consult with the consignor because I am spending their money. So I usually give them a rundown of what we want to grade and the reason we want to grade it. And if somebody says no, then we don't do it because, again, we are spending their money. Gotcha. But, it's basically my discretion. I very rarely have had a consignor go, "Nah, don't do it."
Really?
One of them that recently I'm doing the last part of 4 parts of a T206 set that was given to me. And after I ran the first part, they were kind of lower grade, but I was looking at the VG prices of T206s and what I was getting for them raw. I just asked the guy, "Do you mind if I send off the cards that I think will get you VG?"
What are VGs going for now?
It's anywhere from $75 to $125. I mean, it's amazing.
And so for 15 with SGC.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're going to get 30, 40 raw.
Yeah. We got a Southern leaguer that came back a 4 in that bunch, which almost paid for everyone that.
So that's what's a few bucks.
Graded. So, that was good.
Guys, I've met a ton of people, really, big fans of whatever team or sport. And you go down in their basement, and I'm telling you that it's unbelievable. Stuff all over the place.
You're seeing that more and more.
I have stuff all over the place
over
here.
the years. Over the years, I mean, it's been incredible. And I don't know if they don't want to consign some of the stuff. Really.
Well, it's there's a guy I know. His name is Petroselli, whose basement looks very similar to what you're describing.
Yeah, but Petroselli wants to sell some of the stuff because
Petroselli.
No,
has
but
gold in there.
They also have cards. We had one guy had a whole team card, whole team. It was framed, right? First base, second base.
Oh yeah, you see all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
So it's common, right? Yeah. So
hey, what else you got?
Oh, we got some nice Topps cards. Brett rookie, which is an 8. A 64 Mays, which is an 8. And I got a mantle, a 59 mantle in the 7 coming, and the 66 mantle in the 7. I have I broke down a 66 top set, a 69 top set. I got a 73 set. I pulled the Schmidt out of there to do individually, but the rest of the set there, and then the 75 set that I pulled the Brett off. But it's quite a variety. Right now I've entered over almost 600 lots, and I've got more coming in. The weather hasn't been doing us any favors to getting stuff in the holidays.
Yeah, not bad for one-man operation, man.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's the diversity. I mean, it really helped that I had a background in pre-war, that I've always had a good steady flow of that.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
You get much hockey because up
in Minnesota,
Minnesota, a lot of hockey fans. Great college hockey.
Yeah, you get some of it. There really isn't just that much of it. I mean, the last auction I had some. I believe there are 35 something. The consignor told me they're like the equivalent to 33 Gaudis for hockey. That you just don't see that stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's
Right.
Even the top stuff. There's not a lot of it out there. A lot of people just didn't collect it, for one thing.
What is your website address, Lee?
SterlingSportsAuctions.com. The auction starts on Friday, December 12th. Always remember that the only state I have to charge sales tax in is Minnesota, because that's where I'm based out of. So when you're buying, you're not going to get sales tax added onto your price. So, as I say, bid accordingly. And
when does it start again?
Friday, December 12th.
And what's the end date?
It's the 26th of December. So after you open all your presents, you can go buy your own present.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Lee, we're not going to see you in Philly, I gather, correct?
No, not hope to try to get there again soon.
All righty. Take care. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Have a happy holidays,
You too.
everybody.
You too. Lee
I gotta go
Behrens.
shovel more snow.
Lee Behrens from Sterling Sports.
No, I hate the word no.
I know, I do too.
Skis, I like it in the ski area.
All right, Mr. Russell, you
Yes,
have an
sir.
auction that's kicking butt right now. Speaking of 53 mantle, let's talk about the 53 mantle that you have.
Yeah, we have a really nice 5.5. I was actually pretty happy with that grade. You know, it might have been able to sneak a 6, but it had a little like discoloration on the back. But yeah, 5.5 on that card's a pretty nice grade.
Very cool, very cool. Then you have you got one of the other high end ones was the you got a Ryan rookie card, right?
Yep, a nice 4. You know, a very solid 4 on the Ryan rookie. You know, we've had better, but it's a pretty appealing looking card. Yeah.
Do you ever get calls from collectors asking, are you gonna have a particular card, you know, in the auction?
Yeah, we do. We get that quite a bit. It's funny. We still also get, because of the advertising, you get calls from people who don't exactly know what it is you do, and they call up trying to just buy a card.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I can't really help you with that, but you know, and then I tell them I have one coming up, or you know, where else they might be able to find one. But yeah, we do get, you know, people who know me better do go, hey, what do you have in, you know, upcoming? You know, do you have a this or a that? Like we have for the spring pre-war auction, we already have a 1915 Joe Jackson Cracker Jack.
Wow, very
so good. We're already getting the word out about that one.
Wow, that's a great card, Scott.
Yeah, we're excited.
Very, very nice.
Has a good chance of being a record for us.
Really?
Yeah, so our record right now is right around 60,000 for a 52 mantle. So the Joe Jackson's, you know, got a fighting chance anyway.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Scott, do you get, like, will a consigner, if you get let's use the Joe Jackson as an example. Does a consigner ever ask you, hey, do me a favor before you put it up for auction, see if there's a private guy out there that's interested in buying? Do you ever do that?
I've never had a consigner request that. I've had people try and make offers on stuff, like I'm at a show and I have preview out or whatever. And you know, it's my duty. I go to the consigner and explain it, as long as it's not a running auction, in which case, you know, no, that's got to run. But you know, I'll bring the next 3 auctions worth. You've seen my setup. You know, I'll have previews for the next several auctions at a show. If somebody makes it, you know, what I think is a reasonable offer on a card, I do at least give that information to the consigner, and you know, because that's who I'm really representing.
You know, it's interesting.
I've never had a consigner actually take anybody up. They always want to go to auction. So
it's really interesting because an auctioneer that everybody knows is a very, very close friend. We were talking a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me that over the course of his career, 30 years, he has probably made more money for his company selling privately than putting it up for auction, with the blessing of the consigner.
Well,
so
of course.
Obviously, you know, you've got to be wired into some high-powered people, you know.
Well, and high-powered stuff too. When you're talking, you know, my record single card is going to be 60,000.
Right.
There's a less incentive to go private. You know, if you're selling a T206 Wagner and somebody makes you, you know, a $1.5 million offer on your beater Wagner, that's a lot harder to turn down than it is.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's a different sandbox.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. You've got a Jordan too, don't you?
Yeah, Jordan rookie in 7, I think. Yeah, PSA.
Really? So, man, you've got some these cards that you have for this particular auction, Scott. Are they all from the same consigner, or are they from all?
Oh God, no. No, there's probably 100 consigners in the auction.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Here's one, of course. Looking at baseball here, Ohtani's 55th home run ball.
Well, I want to ask him about it.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to ask him about that.
Yeah.
About someone just cashed in on that
that
ball. I can't remember what he the hell did he get for that, Scott? Do you remember?
I don't. I know it was a huge figure, but I don't remember offhand what he got.
All right. So my question is, the reason I wrote that down that I wanted to talk about that is because 55th home run ball, Ohtani, it's a record-setting ball. But does that ball really diminish in price if Ohtani hits 56 next year or 58 next year?
I personally believe, unless it's an all-time record ball like the home run record or something that's got massive meaning, I think the time to sell it is immediately. I think even if Ohtani never hits 55 again in his career, that ball will, as the notoriety of the event fades, it's not an all-time record of any sort. So there's not any real massive history behind it, and the time to sell that ball is the second you get your hands on it.
Good point.
Scott, I think the kid Raleigh from Seattle, who's all kinds of records for a catcher, to me, his ball is got to be worth, if he can get it, if he has it, that home run ball, 60 home runs.
I know.
Are you kidding me? For a catcher, that's incredible. I mean,
no, it's absolutely bonkers, but it's not an all-time record of anything except for a catcher.
For a catcher,
which,
and
that's still not going to maintain the historical interest that.
Well, plus he's playing in Seattle. What if it was New York
next year?
Yeah. What if it was in New York?
Scott, of course. If he's a Yankee, of course it makes a difference.
Yeah,
Scott. Before we take a break, I want to get your thoughts on. There seems to be a lot of fraud in the hobby these days. I think it's pretty rampant. Do you think anything can be done to police all of this crap?
The biggest problem is that people are getting in line volunteering to be taken advantage of. The whole idea that there's people out there who still think that they can get something for nothing.
Yeah.
There's still people out there who there's no deal that's too good to be true. It's common sense can't be legislated. We can't force people to use their heads. We can, in our case, we can run as honest an auction with all the guarantees in place and everything that we do. And we can, recommend people that we trust in the hobby and use sources that we, respect, but we can't force the buyers to do the same. There's an old saying, stuff trumps everything.
Yeah.
If you've got great stuff, it doesn't matter what horrible things you've done. It doesn't matter if you've counterfeited. It doesn't matter if you've trimmed. It doesn't matter if what kind of fraud you've committed. If you've got great stuff, the people will come lining back up. And so, how do you fight that?
Yeah, it's really
good.
It becomes disheartening. All right, Scott Russell's in the house. He's going to be with us for the rest of the show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Rico, guess what? Another crackerjack moment.
Great.
Hang in there. We'll be right back.
All right.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Let's go! Batter up! This is Rico Petrocelli. JustCollect.com. a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828-2261. That's JustCollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out JustCollect.com today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Golden Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldenauctions.com. That's golden with an I. We at Golden Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldenauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Golden Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back, and Scott Russell's in the house from the Collector Connect. Oh my God, look at that, Rico. That is.
So we were talking about, knowing whether or not stuff is good, and I just wanted to ask Rico, is that signature there any good, Rico?
Petroselli
signed. Did he spell it correctly? He usually leaves a letter or two out.
That's not a gamer, is it?
No.
But who else?
A bunch of famous Red Sox signed jerseys.
Who else? Who are some of the other signatures on that?
Let's see. We got Clemens, Pedro Martinez, Jim Rice, Kurt Schilling, Josh Beckett, Nomar, or Big Papi, Ellsbury, Pedroia. So a bunch of modern guys, and they snuck you on there, Rico.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. That must have been a stamp.
Hey, speaking of Rico, you don't know this, but Louis doesn't know this either. I was having a chat with somebody that you know very well, and in the near future, maybe as early as next year, there's one Rico or Americo Petroselli that is being considered for the tradition at the Boston Garden for next year, or the year after.
What do you mean the tradition?
What the hell? You don't know what the tradition is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but what are you saying?
That they're going to have you honored.
No. You know how many times they've asked me?
Why?
5 times.
Have they really?
Yeah,
Because Dick called me up.
I know, but no, I'm not interested. I don't want.
It's the backstory. Oh no, there's a backstory.
God in heaven,
What's the backstory?
No bad story, but I don't like the honors, and I don't mean that as arrogant. I just I don't know. Same thing.
He must have forgotten.
It was different.
He must have forgotten because he said to me, "We're working on asking Rico to do the tradition next year."
No. I was asked. I went there.
By the way, Scott, the tradition is it's at the Boston Garden, and every year they take 2 or 3 of the great athletes that have come out of the Boston area, and they honor them at the Garden. It's a big reception that they have.
There's a big sports museum in the Garden.
Yeah, that's at the New England Sports Museum is in the Garden.
Yeah, we got a picture of the 67 team.
Yeah, he told me that.
75 and all that. That's enough. I mean, no, seriously. I just for some reason I just
can Lou and I honor you?
No. I was a presenter one year to Louis Tion.
Oh, you were?
Nice.
Yeah, I tell you, it was great. I tell you, it was as a
Did
friend.
you get a Cuban for it?
Great. Yeah, no, I couldn't understand a word he said, but it was fun. It was a fun time. I loved it. We were close friends.
It's time right now for another Crackerjack moment brought to us each week by our good friend Paul Borges and the gang at PB Collectibles. Go to pbcollectibles.com for that special vintage card at an amazing price. This guy, there's a special place in my heart for this guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just like there was a special place for Billy Puckman.
Yeah.
If we told you that a player broke into the major leagues at age 18, enjoyed a 16-year career, you'd probably say the guy had talent. If we mentioned that this same player compiled a respectable 273 batting average with 1,580 hits, you would justifiably be impressed. If we then related that in 1911 and 1912, this player hit a combined 23 home runs, 168 RBI, and batted .296, finishing 7th and 18th respectively in MVP voting, you'd no doubt say that he was a pretty darn good ball player. However, if we told you that this man's nickname was Bonehead, you'd let out a sigh and put your hands to your face. Such is the cross that Carl Friedrich Rudolph Merkel had to bear until his passing at the age of 67 in 1956. Merkel lives in that thankless baseball neighborhood of good players who made one bad move. On his street reside the likes of Bill Buckner, Ralph Branca. Merkel's mistake was not as bad as history makes it seem. In September of 1908, with Merkel's Giants battling the Cubs in a pennant race, Merkel lined a 2-out, bottom of the 9th single to right field, sending teammate Moose McCormick to third. Al Bridwell then hit one up the middle, scoring McCormick with what fans thought was the winning run. Merkel stopped short of second base on Bridwell's hit and headed to the Giants clubhouse thinking the game was finished. Cubs center fielder Artie Hoffman had fielded Bridwell's hit and tossed it to second baseman Johnny Evers. For some reason, Giants pitcher Joe McGinnity got hold of the ball and tossed it into the crowd in celebration. Evers apparently found another baseball.
Sounds like the typical Red Sox game.
And argued that Merkel was out on a forced play because he had never touched second.
Right.
That claim was upheld, and the game ended in a 1-1 tie because the jubilant Giants crowd could not be cleared from the Polo Grounds field. The tie in theory cost New York the 1908 pennant. If that play had occurred after the dawn of television replay, Merkel would enjoy a kind of fate. Instead, we placed Fred Merkel in a kind of baseball twilight zone, defied for consistent play and perseverance, and vilified for a single baseball brain blip.
Can I give you one more?
And that's another Crackerjack moment.
That's great. I like that. I got one more, right? A little more modern. He was a teammate, was Red Sox. Dalton Jones,
Sure, great player.
My
I loved
roomie,
him. Great utility
wicked
guy.
hitter.
Great utility.
Bases loaded. Detroit.
Yep.
Hits a ball to right field high. The runner's got to wait just in case. There was an overhang. The old ballpark. So the fielder was under K-line, that's probably. Goes in for a home run. Dalton passed the runner.
Oh, God.
What?
Passed the runner and got a single.
What the hell was he not thinking?
No, I don't know. He must have been looking at the ball and just running. I said,
he was a good
Roomie, what the
utility-
hell are you
him?
doing? He was my
He was a
great
good,
guy.
He was a good utility guy.
Yeah, good hitter. Boy,
I'll give you another one. Luis Aparicio falling going around third.
that's right.
I'll give you
Boy,
that.
how come I was on those teams?
By the way, go to tomzappalamedia.com/Crackerjack Collection to order your copy of the Crackerjack Collection, Baseball's Prized Players.
Nice.
This book will give you a glimpse into the personal and professional lives of the players in this iconic collection. That's the Crackerjack Collection, on sale now at 30% off at the regular retail price. That's tomzappalamedia.com/Crackerjack Collection.
Now, the reason we're selling the book, the backstory is that we got a call, and I've said this a couple of times. We got a call from our book distributor that they found 4 cases of the Crackerjack book buried in the warehouse. So we've got about 50 books. It's the last 50 books that exist. Ellen and I took a ride over to the warehouse. We signed every one of them, and you can get them on Tom Zappala Media for 30% off. Nice Christmas gift if you want one.
It's
if
a
you don't
great
already
book.
have
Your
them. So-
books, your and Ellen's books are fabulous. People love them. I love them.
Well, that's a good segue. Thank you.
Honest, really.
We,
Yeah, they're just
Ellen and I,
exciting.
yeah, and we have one more that we're doing. We've been commissioned to write one more book. So this will be the
He said
eighth.
that 3 books ago. He said that.
This will be the 8th book in our series and final book.
Do you remember the name?
And what's it called, Tom?
The name of the book is Legendary Finds and Sports Collecting Treasures. And it's going to be written by Ellen and myself. Joe Orlando is going to be writing the foreword. And Leighton Sheldon from Just Collect is going to be co-authoring the book with us. It's going to be a fun book. It's about all the great finds that have come across the hobby world. But then we've got another section. The next chapter, second chapter or section is called Epic Treasures. And we're going to talk about a lot of, they're not necessarily finds, but they're treasures that were new to the hobby. Like, for instance, the Wagner T206, the Diamondback Wagner.
The Gretzky McNall Wagner.
Yeah, the McNall Wagner is really not a find, but it's an epic treasure. So we're going to have a lot of that in it. As a matter of fact, Scott, I got to tell you guys, there's another auction house. I guess I can mention auction competition, right? You guys are all friendly, right?
Yeah.
Heritage Auctions, over the next 2 years, I want you to just see if you can wrap your arms around this. They have a consignment that kind of came out of nowhere. And this gentleman, it was a woman, her great uncle or great grandfather was a collector. This guy lived in New York. This guy used to live, he did it, basically it was his livelihood, because he says he was so obsessed. He hung out at Yankee Stadium every day, then got to know the players. They consigned to Heritage Auctions a complete 1952, 1948 Bowman, 1953, 54, 55, 56 Topps set, complete sets.
Wow.
Signed, every card signed
Ooh.
in ink at that time period. So he's got a 51 Bowman and a 52 Mantle signed in ink when they were rookies.
With his rookie signature, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
He also has a not a Crackerjack set. I can't remember. He's got 4 or 5 other sets, including a 1948 Bowman basketball set signed by a player, including George Mikan. I mean, that's
actually one of the biggest cards we've had. We had a signed Mikan a few years ago.
That's a killer
That's
card.
great.
That is a killer card. So that's going to be interesting. Listen, I wanted to ask you about game used bats. Do you get into game used bats much?
We do a little bit, and obviously we use John.
Yeah, John Tobby. Game used bats seem to be really, really exploding. And I mean, they're so hard to get a hold of, Scott, with the modern players because they kind of, they have a say as to who gets them and, who
Well,
would.
yeah, I would actually say that they're probably easier to get now, though, because MLB steps in and certifies them and puts them out on the market for people.
I see what you're saying.
As opposed to you had to get lucky and maybe they cracked one and a bat boy handed you one, or back in the day they didn't have a path to the collector, so you had to have a weird set of circumstances. One of the cooler bats we've ever had was actually an early '50s Granny Hamner gamer. Not that Granny was a fine player,
yeah,
but the fact is there's just not a lot of that kind of bat out there.
Yeah,
really.
Well,
cool.
The signatures now is big, right? I mean,
huge.
The bigger,
Huge.
So there's some players you'll never get. I mean, have passed away,
right?
They never signed.
And there is a big,
which is what makes those heritage autograph sets so insane.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can have, there's signed 52 Mantles out there, but they're signed in Sharpie when he signed them in 1968 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 1984
in Atlantic City in '85 when he was at the casino.
But when you get a 52, think about it. When you get a 52 Topps Mantle signed in pen in 52, when the guy handed him that card, he wasn't the Mickey Mantle that we know today.
Yeah.
He was Mickey Mantle, a rookie kid trying to make the team.
And the autograph is completely different.
You just said something about the moderns now, right? People do that now with the players. They take a chance, right? Now, I don't want to get into modern because I really do like vintage. I'm saying the only thing I with moderns, because I want to see the industry continue.
Yeah, you're still rolling
continue.
the dice.
I know, but still.
You're still rolling
but,
the dice.
Just some of the guys, do you get signed Cobb?
Yeah, you can find them, but they're hard to find. Scott, you have a bunch of signed cards in your auction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a 51 Bowman Duke Snyder,
the Duke.
61 Topps Musial. So we have some nice signed cards in this one, but they are all modern signed.
Yeah,
it's
they're still worth
51 Snyder signed in 51.
Right.
Yeah,
they're still worth significant money.
Oh yeah, they absolutely. I mean, especially because now Snyder and Musial are they haven't been with us for a little while. And getting cards signed still really wasn't that big a thing until fairly recently. Right. So, having a signed card has still got a little bit of extra cachet to it.
What about, I could see that. What about signed baseballs? Signed baseballs holding their own?
Yeah, baseballs are still, I would say the go-to for the autograph collector. The autograph card, that's kind of a melding of the two collectors, but the pure autograph collectors seem to still want balls more than anything else.
Do you have any in your auction?
Oh, I'm sure we do, but I'm not going to think of what we have offhand. We just had Beckett actually into our offices, and they did hundreds of balls for us. So I'm sure we're waiting for letters for a bunch of the better ones, the Mantles and the DiMaggios. But I know that some of them made it into this auction.
Scott is
I think there's a Barry Bonds ball, I believe, which actually isn't the easiest ball in the world to come by.
Is Beckett still a good go-to company for autographs and signatures?
Oh, I feel like they are. Yes.
No, I agree with that. I think they're excellent. I really do. I think.
Yeah, but the Philly show, which we're going to, look at the guys that they have on.
Actually, why don't you do it right now?
You want me to do it?
This is a good lead-in.
Because the guys that they have now, you get their autographs.
Start at the top.
You get their autograph.
Work your way down.
Certainly. Hi, Tom. Sorry for the delay. Is that the lead-in? Oh, the Philly. Let's do this. Yeah, the Philly show returns December 12th through the 14th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. See? Celebrating 50 years of connecting collectors, athletes, and fans. And I'm telling you,
you two are traveling together, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shop over 600 dealer tables across 150,000 square feet of sports cards, memorabilia, sealed products, collectibles, and TCG section Now over 100 tables.
Lou, we got to get you down with us one of these days.
From vintage favorites to the latest releases. Pokemon is
Keep
big.
Rico away
and you
from
got
Pokemon
you
tables.
can't. Yeah, what are you going to do? You can't blame them. Grading and authentication companies
Scott's a big Pokemon
will
guy.
be on site along with the major sports auction houses for submissions, valuations, and appraisals. Kids 10 under are free. Think I can get in there?
No shot.
I wear shorts. Houses for free. Yes, that's right. Grading authentication will be on site along with major sports auction houses. I mean, kids 10 under are free with a paid adult. And active duty military and veterans receive half off admission with proof of service. And don't miss our community trade nights happening Friday and Saturday evening. Open tables, great energy, and collectors trading with collectors all night long. Now the autograph lineup. Listen to this. Now, all kidding aside, with more guests still to be announced. Meet current Philadelphia Eagles stars Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, and Brandon Graham. Philly stars and legend of the past, Cole Hamels.
Good player.
Hell of a pitcher. Larry Bowa, he's a good friend of mine. Lenny Dykstra. Lenny is coming out of the tombs to be in the show. Baseball Hall of Famers, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. Get his autograph. Edgar Martinez, Eddie Murray, Tony Perez, Alan Trammell, and Dave Winfield. Look at this NBA Hall of Famers. Dennis, the Worm, Rodman, and Dominique. The human highlight reel, Wilkins. Yeah, he was something. Dominique Wilkins.
And
yours truly.
This is amazing. The one, the only, Rico Petrocelli will be signing on Saturday.
Yeah.
From, I believe, 11 to 12.
Okay.
And everybody is really excited. Joe Drellick is very excited that you are going to be there signing. And after Rico signs, Rico and Tom will be broadcasting the Great American Collectibles Show at, I believe, 1:30, from 1:30 to 3.
That's right, yes.
And we have some great guests. Scott's going to be joining us.
Yep.
Derek from Heritage.
Yeah.
Joe Tomasulo.
Oh, that's great.
Leighton. Who else?
We were to one other show, Philly show.
Paul Borges. Yeah.
Oh, Paul's
going to be there. Yeah, we're going to have a great crew.
This will be fun. No, it's a good time.
Yeah, we hope to see you guys.
Yeah, they give me the key to the city, too, because I'm good at the autograph. He'll say, who's he?
Yeah, really.
Who?
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We have another segment with our good friend Scott Russell. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more about Scott's auction.
Yes.
And we have On Deck with Rico.
Woo-hoo.
Hang in there. We'll be right back.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world record only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for our sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Yeah, go to Petroselli Marketing.
Yeah, Petroselli Marketing hasn't done squat for the Great American Collectible.
Well, we got a
sweatshirt,
plan.
something.
We got a plan.
Oh, real kind of a plan.
Well, I can't tell you because it's a plan. But yeah, Michael has had the company. He's doing very well.
Can
he has
he
everything.
send something to Lou and I? Swag,
Yes,
any kind
I
of
will
swag.
I
take
got some
care.
swag when I get the.
Yeah, no, that's
What do
that's
you
minus
need?
swag.
You need it. What do you need? Winter stuff or
No,
summer?
I have. Oh, not this jacket.
Oh, winter stuff.
I have two really good jackets you gave me.
Yeah. Well, what else do you need? The summer stuff or what's your size? I'll get your sizes. I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
You're full of it.
I get it for you next year.
Okay, right.
So Italian. I'll take care of it. Don't
I'll
worry.
take care of it.
Right.
All right, it's time for our segment On Deck with Rico, brought to you by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to collectrea.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service. Scott and I were talking a little while ago about some of the best people in this hobby, Scotty, and I think Brian is at the top or right near the top, right?
Yeah, I don't want to rank him, but he's definitely one of my go-to guys.
Yeah, he's a great guy. All right, this week's Lou's going to smile at this one.
Okay.
This week's question was submitted by Jim Piemonte.
All right. This ought to be good.
Yeah.
Rico,
Yeah.
should the Red Sox part ways with Bregman, move Meyer to third, and let Romy Gonzalez play second? Your thoughts? Because Romy Gonzalez last year hit righties and lefties very well.
Oh, yeah. We could find a spot for him. But anyway, here's what I feel strong. I really feel. Sign Bregman. If you want to win, you're going to go for the win?
Yeah. You want
Okay. Sign Bregman. Sign what's his name from the Mets? Yeah, Alonso. Okay. Now you got some power, and you got the kid Anthony. You hope. Listen, don't make Anthony a Hall of Famer yet. I love him too, but
Okay.
let him.
Fair enough.
Let him do it. But him, and they have a hell of a lineup.
So what do you do?
And then I go after a pitcher with the kid Duran and others to sign to try to get number 2, 3 pitchers.
So if you keep Bregman, Trevor Story stays at short, and Meyer moves to second. He's your second baseman, and Gonzalez is back on the
I'm
bench.
okay with that.
I am too.
Yeah,
Gonzalez
yeah.
are
I mean,
fine spots.
the thing is, you're gonna make moves. You know, you have guys, and if one guy doesn't work out, let's say in second base, you have another guy. But you got a solid outfield.
Well, are we in agreement that Sonny Gray is not a number 2?
No, Sonny Gray
Right?
is no, he's not a number 2. They need, Crotchet is fabulous. I mean,
Nice, good.
Crochet or Crotchet.
They're not going to sign anybody.
You don't think so, huh?
No.
Doesn't look like it. I know.
John Henry is leading the fight for the new CBA, which will have a salary cap. He's not going to sign a contract more than 2 years. He's not going to do it at this point.
So do you think that they're gonna like Peyton Tolley and the other kid? They're gonna roll the dice with them?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And we're going to
It's
have
a good
strike.
point, though. That's right.
We'll see if we have baseball in 27.
Wow,
They're
interesting.
foolish.
All right,
Foolish.
Scott. Rico wanted to ask you a question. Do you remember the question you were going to ask?
Yeah, what's hot? What's hot? What's hot and what's not?
I'm always surprised. Nolan Ryan stuff has been popular forever, but boy, the low and mid grade Ryan rookie really high right now. I mean, the 4 on our auction is already higher than what we projected it to finish for. We've got several days left.
Really?
Mantle never slows down. And we've got, probably a dozen Mantle cards in the auction that are all performing really nicely.
So, Scotty, why aren't cards like guys from the 70s? Why isn't a Jim Rice rookie card worth a lot of money, or a Freddie Lynn rookie card, or I know even a George Brett rookie card? They're not overly valuable. I know Ricky Henderson is, But why aren't those cards picking up heads of steam?
It's all supply and demand. There's a good supply of those in high grade. Money to spend, you can still go out and buy unopened.
Right.
It's just, there's a turning point somewhere in the late 60s where, it's still not quantities like we see today or the junk wax era or even the early 80s, but there's still just a lot more, Brett rookies available in high grade than there are Nolan Ryan or Seaver or whatever. And so somewhere around, probably around 72, 73, somewhere when they switched to producing the whole set all year versus in series, it just became that much easier to get everything you want. Where people put them away, and they were put away a lot. There was a lot less time that passed before they became collectible. So a lot more survivors in that time frame than there were from 10 years earlier.
What about marketing, Scott? Marketing more the 70s, these guys,
they don't do much of that.
There's not much marketing. You know that there's a card show on TV?
No.
No. That's a local. That's a Boston show. That's a Nesson show.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's on Nesson.
I said, what is this?
Yeah,
I said, this guy's smart. I mean, if you can get,
Yeah, he cut a deal. You know who that is?
No.
That's
Costa?
Billy Costa's son.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I did a card show with him.
Chris
for him.
Costa.
nice.
He did a show with us.
Yeah, I
the
did.
studio.
I signed.
Oh yeah,
I signed it with
that's Chris
his show.
Costa.
But I mean, this. I know you probably don't need marketing in a sense, but do you? I mean, you have your own marketing.
We obviously have. I'm on the show for a reason.
No. Beside this, I mean, you have your catalogs.
It's not because you love Rico and Tom.
Well, that's like a side benefit.
Yeah. No, but because I'm a marketing guy. I like to see, as I mentioned earlier, the industry grow.
Oh, of course.
You got a lot of collectors that are listening. And by the way, that book, every collector should buy that book. It's like a history.
Well, listen.
Your new book.
We have a good feeling about it. Scott, I want to. What else? We've got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the rest of the auction.
Okay.
You have a little of everything in it. When does it? When does it end?
It ends on Sunday the 14th.
Okay, that's not too far away.
Nope, coming up.
All right. So besides the high end cards that are in the front of the auction, let's talk about some of the stuff in the back end of the auction.
Okay. Well, our first 30 lots are the featured lots, and it's not always expensive. Sometimes it's unusual items that we think need that extra marketing push. A great example of that is actually the Who Am I uncut sheet with the certificate from the Topps vault. The Who Am I set, if you remember those, it was 1967, and it had people in scratch-off disguises.
Oh,
and you scratched them off to see who was really on them.
You remember that?
And and there's Mantle's on there, and Ruth is on there, and Mays and Koufax are the only baseball players. There's also historical figures. Well, this was actually an editor's sheet from Topps with markup on it and black editing marker.
That's very cool.
And also, some of the scratch off is actually different on those than it was on the final product.
Wow!
So it's actually it's in the process piece.
Yeah, you have some really unique ephemera and memorabilia in your auction. I was kind of thumbing through it. That's the stuff that kind of piques my interest.
Yeah, the exhibit vending machine. I love that thing.
Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Hey, Louis, why don't you tell us about our good friends at Finkelmeyer Insurance?
Well, the Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency has been insuring.
How about with a
collectibles-
little pizzazz?
With a little pizzazz. The Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency, they've been insuring collectibles since the early 80s. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy when no one else in the industry was insuring sports collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., who is the current president of the Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Tom Finkelmeyer Jr., with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting. And with a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management, Tom covers every single aspect of your collectible insurance needs. Unlike some of the companies that sell collectibles insurance directly to the consumer online, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency is the only independent retail agent who specializes in sports memorabilia and collectibles nation. Representing all major companies that sell collectibles insurance, there's no agent that insures more collectors, dealers, appraisers, auctioneers, or events in the collectibles hobby than the Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Our good friend and hobby legend John Tobby of JT Sports has been using Finkelmeyer Insurance over 20 years. For more information, go to thefia.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance, where collecting is our passion.
By the way, John Tobby's daughter, Ellie, I'm going to give her a plug. John Tobby's daughter, Ellie, is a senior at Berkeley School of Music.
Yeah.
She's a bass player. She is absolutely phenomenal, and she is going to make it big time.
I went a semester. I went there a semester.
Get out of here.
Magnano, I was playing, wanted to learn vibes, right? I was a drummer, and he was a drummer. Don Alessi, don't you remember the guitar player?
Yeah.
Don Alessi, Magnano was in, was his drummer.
Would you flunk out?
No. I could read music.
This is
and
totally off the thing, but I thought of you, Tom, the other day.
Scott,
because in
got any
Newburyport,
pianos?
in Richfields, and it's kind of a famous place in Newburyport.
Yeah.
They had a sign up on the bulletin board. The drummer, the original drummer for Santana, is in Newburyport giving lessons, apparently.
Ooh. What? Mike Shreve?
No, Mike
Michael Carabello.
Carabello.
Yeah, he's the conga player.
Oh, the conga player.
Is he there now? He lives there?
I don't know. There was just a sign that said and had a local number, and it said,
Scott, you got any drums?
Drum lessons.
Michael Carabello, man. He's great.
Haven't branched out yet.
All right, we're just about out of time. Scotty, we're going to see you this coming weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, in Philly.
Yeah, great.
So
if you want to preview anything in the auction, we'll have it there.
Yeah, well, actually, it's going to be a good opportunity. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to be a good opportunity for you to bring it on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right? Bring a couple of items with you so we can talk about what's going on. Bring the ones that are like, have some pizzazz, though. You know what I mean?
Pizzazz.
Some pizzazz.
You're into pizzazz, huh?
And next
Actually,
Wednesday,
real quick, Tom.
20 minutes of that show.
Right. We're going to run next Wednesday, full 90 minutes, an hour and a half show. The show is being taped on Saturday. And then
So if you can't make it to the show, check us out Wednesday night.
Yeah, and we're going to be working, by the way, I think from what I understand, it's going to be simulcast by iHeartRadio and Fox Sports, the Fox Sports affiliate down there.
Nice.
Are going to be our show will be on with them.
What are they going to interview?
I don't know what the hell they're going to do. We'll find out when we get
there. Yeah, no, it's great. Phil,
make sure you wear your tux.
Rico's working up an invoice in his head.
Are you going to wear a GAC? What are we doing? Are we wearing right? Are we wearing GAC shirts or not? I didn't pack one. Should I pack one?
In case, yeah. I'm going to pack one in case.
Just in case. Because you're not going to wear
But
that
I'm
when
wearing
you're
sweaters. I'm wearing
Yeah, I am too.
Sweaters, long underwear.
Scott, what are you wearing? There you go. I think what we can do, because you can't wear that shirt when you're signing.
No, I won't.
That's gauche.
No, you know what? Maybe I wear it every week, and it's starting to get crusty. So,
wash the damn thing.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I fold it.
Do me a favor. Bring it.
I'm going to bring it.
I'm going to bring mine,
If
and then
only
we'll
you knew
decide.
someone who could get you another shirt.
Scott,
right.
before we leave, these jerseys, these shirts that we have, you would think that Rico would like supply. We get them from his own company.
No, it's not my company.
Oh, it
my
used to
kids.
be. It's his kids' company, and it's like getting a root canal. It's like pulling teeth trying to get a freaking jersey out of them.
They haven't asked, Scott. That's why I'm waiting.
And how much does he pay, Rico?
Yeah, right. Hey.
No.
All right. Listen, we're just about out of time. Scott, we'll see you this weekend.
Great. Yes.
To our viewers, if you guys are at the Philly
Lou,
show,
great job.
and if you're at the Philly show, stop by and say hi to Rico and I.
I hope so.
And that's it. With that being
Well,
said,
we'll
Louis,
sign
great
with Philly.
job. Special thanks to Lee Behrens,
Yes.
Scotty Russell. We'll see you at the Philly show, and happy collecting.
Thank you.